everyone, Sandman here. This video is brought to you by a donation from Hans, and here's what he has to say. Hi Sandman, we were in contact before. I've now come up with a topic. I just can't find a girlfriend and it makes me sad. I have read pickup books and tried to get one, but it just doesn't work out for me. So the question is not how to get one, but how to live my life without a girlfriend in the long run and not to feel depressed about it. I do have hobbies, sports, enough male and female friends, and am not a socially isolated person. It's about a long-term absence of a female partner. Ciao. Well, Hans, thanks for the donation as well as the topic. Hans, I felt the same way you did around the middle of 2014 until early 2016, when I stopped dating and went monk mode. I've had women that were interested in me, but I wasn't even going to entertain a pump and dump slut. So you're wondering how could I go for almost 5 years without a girlfriend and feel perfectly fine about it? I've got 4 words for you, being Red Pill Rage 2.0. You know about how you get mad when you first learn about female nature and ask yourself, why oh why didn't anyone tell me about this stuff at a younger point in my life? I don't know if you've ever had a girlfriend to begin with, or if you've been an incel your entire life. But you say that it makes you sad that you can't get a girlfriend, which most likely means that you're an incel. To get to the point of the Red Pill Rage 2.0, there are certain rites of passage you have to go through. The first being dating and getting more than your fair share of female validation and attention. The second is consciously swearing off dating and relationships and going through the first red pill rage. And the third is going through the second red pill rage, where your subconscious gets furious and it too stops wanting female validation, sex, and relationships. The boink is no longer worth listening to her oink. It makes me sad that you're still stuck in the incel phase, and I hope you don't become a nihilistic person from taking the black pill and getting caught up in an endless cycle of hate and bitterness. Your question to me is not how to get a girlfriend, but how to live your life without one without feeling depressed. In the black pill community, they don't get depressed, they get angry. But eventually that hate and anger seems to consume many of them. Your mistake, Hans, is picking up books to teach yourself how to get a girlfriend. Relationships aren't really about two people loving each other. They're about you loving yourself enough to put the effort into who you are, and then when women see you loving yourself, they ask themselves, if that man loves himself that much to put all that effort into himself, then just imagine how much he will love me, and we all know by now that when a man loves a woman, she controls him. The steps I would normally suggest are pretty straightforward. Work on yourself, your image and body and career, etc. Attract women. Have said women make your life a living hell. Break up enough times with said women until you're so frustrated that you want to be alone, and then you won't feel depressed about being in a relationship anymore. You'll start to feel the opposite. Dread when you think about having a girlfriend give you head. Or you'll start to see how women that are interested in you try and manipulate you into being interested in them. I used to get angry at the way the women treated me in relationships, and I was finally over them when I started getting angry at myself for putting myself in a bad situation. Anger at oneself is far more motivating than anger at a land whale with a blowhole that doesn't want to blow you. Hans, it sounds to me like you're a young buck that's stuck because he doesn't have some stretched out wizard sleeve vagina to fuck. Maybe what you could do is what I first did when I took the red pill. I replaced the addiction I had for fish-flavored tacos with being a workaholic when I started this channel. It worked for about 6 or 7 months, but then I got back to my old duties. Of pipe cleaning cuties. Then I was single again for 6 months. The frustration would hit and I would then go out seeking the next taco fix. Work kept my mind off of things and prevented me from being depressed. But it was only a temporary solution. It's not something that works long term. Your own biology is doing this to you in order to get you to reproduce. Most likely the battle within yourself will be difficult until you turn 35. And at that point things will get easier. Again, I have no idea how old you are, Hans, and your life circumstances. But Hans, seriously, if you want to live long term with the absence of a female partner, it's obviously better if you make the choice yourself. But to me it sounds like that choice has been made for you. My advice to you is either create a situation in your life where that option is available to you, or learn to cope with legalized hookers. Maybe you can find a cheap Romanian working girl at the local brothel that'll be willing to give you a girlfriend experience on a regular basis. Sounds to me like you've got nothing to lose, except maybe your virginity. Maybe you've already had a long string of short-term flings, and you just want something long-term, but it's not working out for you. But you know what I'm ultimately going to say. Turn yourself into a catch, and then when women try and catch you, run away as quickly as you can. I'm not sure what else I can say for the rest of this video. So I want to discuss how feminists got this new Medusa statue across the New York courthouse I guess nothing says justice like a decapitated male head held by a naked pagan snake woman with a man cheering next to it. When I first posted this on my YouTube comment section, many of you commented that you have no idea why women had this obsession with being naked in public. I find it ironic that it's a statue of Medusa, because it just shows you that they want men to turn rock hard when they see them naked. It's Medusa because if you look at her, you become rock hard, because when you see the average naked feminist, you end up going soft, and that they're worried that men won't get hard for them even if they're naked. Turning a man to stone is the only way to ensure he has a stiffy. But it's crazy the left is tearing down statues of real male heroes and replacing them with statues with fake female villains. When I initially posted this, one guy said that this statue is at the wrong courthouse because it needs to be in front of the family court up the street. At least it would be more honest to see it at the family courthouse. Also, imagine if there was a statue out there with a man holding up a woman's head. Your head might spin right off your neck at how quickly society would work to bring it down. I'm sure that we'll see this sort of thing being mocked in the future. As for you, Hans, hopefully if my words in the first part of this video weren't enough to convince you to be happy single, then maybe my talk about this statue will. That you see the direction our society is going in when it comes to empowering women, so that they can fully display their dreams of oppressing us. Just think to yourself that if you did have a girlfriend, you might see her supporting something like this statue, and that you being so in love with her and happily doped up on all that sex that you'd be getting, you'd basically lose your ability to see that the statue is all wrong. That you can't see it as wrong because of love. When in love, you lose the ability to separate between good and evil, and you are blind to the truth. Maybe that alone will convince you that love is not the answer for your life. Anyways, that's it for today.